It is Tuesday, June 23rd, 2026. This is another edition of Baseball Today presented to you by T-Mobile. That is my man, Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose, producer Dan along for the ride as well. 3 weeks from today, we will be in the city of brotherly love for the Midsummer Classic. We hope to see you for our big watch party. We cannot wait. We've been talking about a lot of big plans. I think we're going to be on the red carpet for the second straight year. We're trying to figure out what we're going to wear. We're excited. We're still like 3 weeks away. We can't wait to get there.
I'm very excited. And Chris, I guess knock on wood. I don't know if this is an appropriate time to knock on wood, but the season is flying by.
Yes, it is.
It's crazy.
Halfway done.
Chris, I announced that the Mets were dead yesterday on Talking Baseball.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's a you thing, but we were looking Giants dead, Mets dead. Yeah, Jolly Olive down bad.
Oh, yeah. Well, he didn't even get back to my text. I sent him a text a week ago when Senga gave up a bunch of first-inning runs, and I said, dude, what really happened to him? It's a great mystery. He didn't get back to me till yesterday. That's how down in the dumps he was.
Yeah, all right. We love you, Joel.
I'll tell you what we do love. A tip of the cap to a special fan base that joined the Miami Marlins game last night. Yeah, that is the Tartan Army, the Scots. They are going to play Brazil Wednesday in Miami, so they were all fired up to probably go to their first ever baseball game. And Plouffe, we have seen this over the last several weeks since the World Cup started, where these fans, they're looking for something to do in between their team's games, and they're flooding Fenway Park or Miami or elsewhere, and they're doing all these great things in America and having the time of their lives.
It honestly makes me so happy, Chris. It truly does. I feel like, us as a nation, by the way, celebrating 250 years old this year, I feel like us as a nation get such a bad rap. And look, we're not a perfect country. And when the World Cup got announced, and we got a lot of stuff coming up, we're doing the Olympics in 2028. When that got announced, I was like, oh man, how are we going to do this? It's so spread out. We've crushed it. We've crushed it. And people have come over and they've loved it. We've been hospitable. And we've just shown the Europeans and the rest of the world, the people that are coming over, such a good time. I'm proud of our country right now. It makes me feel really, really good.
I'm proud of the world.
Yeah.
It's more than just our country, which I'm very proud of. But I'm proud that, look, the world isn't an easy place to be right now. There is a lot of conflict. But the fact that we're able to put everything aside and come together and enjoy this wonderful tournament that we've seen. And the soccer, I don't know if people are into it or not. I am. It's been sensational. And to see all these cultures coming together and to see the Norwegians rowing together, it's awesome. And the fact that it bleeds over into a sport that we love as well.
Do we have more games at SoFi coming up? I feel like I dropped the ball not going to that.
The U.S. plays Thursday night here. And
back at SoFi?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't you call Matthew and see if he can get us a couple ducats?
I mean, we could probably be in the owner's box if we really wanted to, Chris.
Yes, please.
I'll put a call out to 9.
You know what? I don't ask for much. I'll be honest with you. I hate to be a guy that asks for stuff, but I want to be invited to the rest of the parties from your neighborhood group, and I just want to be in the owner's box. That's all I want. That's
4th of July, you're in. You're coming.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously? Barbecue, yeah.
On 4th of July?
Yeah.
Everybody heard it. Did everybody hear that in the comment section?
I don't know about the World Cup, but you're in 4th of July.
We are looking for something to do, so maybe. All right, let's get to it. We got to start in the American League Central, where the White Sox take care of my little Cleveland Guardians in the first of a 3-game set. It was a back-and-forth affair, some nuttiness that happened, and here's the way it finished.
Sam Antonacci, last chance, ladder to center, it gets through! Montgomery scores in front of the plate! Save! White Sox walk it off!
Yeah, it's a team sport. If you're mad about it, giving up 2 runs in the 9th, take your ass to go play, tennis or play an individual sport. So this is a team sport. We got guys back, and we're just trying to keep the train moving.
Okay. So what he's talking about is that the White Sox gave up the lead in the top of the frame and then came back and scored a couple of their own to walk it off. That is one of the sound bites of the year from a guy who's been a rookie and has brought tremendous energy and a wisdom to the White Sox turnaround. I even though it happened against my team, I loved what he said.
Well, I like Sam Antonacci, and I do respect him as a ball player. That sounded way cooler in his head than how it came out. There's no doubt about that.
You don't think it sounded great? I mean, I think
No, it
I
didn't
think
make any sense. Who was mad they gave up 2 runs? What do you mean?
well, I think that maybe his point is that when
Yeah, you have each other's
you're a
back.
young
I
team-
get what he was trying to say. Just like, you
You
don't
didn't
need
like
to take a shot at another sport, I feel like. First of all, tennis is my sport now, you know that, so maybe I'm defending it. But, yeah, look, he's great. He's been great for the White Sox. I just didn't love the soundbite maybe as much as you did. And I think I'm just getting old, Chris, because we're gonna
I
talk about some
is.
other stuff today.
Yeah, what's it? I mean, I'm 15 years older than you. What's the matter? I mean, his whole
Well, I mean,
point
it's just to me, he could have just said, "Hey, look, we got down 2 runs, we gave it up, and all we wanted to do was make sure we had our pitchers back. That's what we do. It's a team sport. We never got down. We believe in each other. When I fail, somebody picks me up. When they fail, I pick them up. That's what it's all about." That's it.
that's exactly what he said. He said if you can't handle it when somebody else is going to fail and then you have to pick them up, then go play a sport where it's all on you, good or bad. That's what he said.
I I respect. It's funny. I go back and forth about this, about team sports and individual sports. I mean, I love team sports. Obviously, I think it teaches you so much about just the world and how
Mhm.
the world works. But there is something to be said about individual sports where it is all on you. Pretty crazy. I never really played an individual sport, but tennis. Like if you watch those guys play a singles match, it literally is all on you. It's kind of cool.
You don't
I don't
think
mind individual sports anymore.
I don't either. I think there's something to be said for it being all we just had the US Open, right? Wyndham Clark in his own country is getting booed mercilessly, and he
Yeah.
had to persevere. He couldn't rely on anybody else. He had to deal with that with the blood and guts of his own.
And it is baseball is a enigma because it is a lot of individual matchups masked within a team sport, right?
Yeah, well, not only that, you can take the other team's best player out of it. You
Yeah.
can take the bat out of his hands. Go ask Barry Bonds how many times that happened to him in his career. Well over 600.
The Twins did that last night. They walked Shohei with someone on first base.
Yeah. And so you have to rely on other people. I don't know. Did people not like the soundbite from Antonacci, who really got on everybody's radar in the World Baseball Classic for Team Italy? He was a spark.
Dude, this
plug.
team's fun, Chris. I know we're about to continue talking about them, but they're a lot of fun.
They are fun, and it was a fun-filled game. It did feel like playoff-ish, in part because of the way Cleveland took the lead in the ninth. Did you see this with Patrick Bailey, who has actually been swinging the bat pretty well? He drove in the game-tying run. Now he's on third with there's about to be a second out as Peters catches a short fly ball from Manzardo. Bailey runs, does not slide. They originally call him out. They review the play, and he's clearly safe because he did not slide.
Yeah, look, honestly, I don't know when he decided to do this. Maybe he saw the catcher up the line enough and enough of the plate where he's like, dude, I know I'm fastest if I just sprint through it. Or I don't know if he thought about, hey, I know where that glove's going to go because I'm a catcher. So if I just stay above it, I can get over. I don't know when exactly he made that move, but it was brilliant.
It was brilliant. And for a catcher, man, he can run. I was surprised he got down the line that fast.
And then he got his back foot swiped right there.
I know. He got taken out. These teams, although fun and full of energy, certainly on the White Sox side, do have flaws, obviously. So what do you trust more in the second half of the season? Chicago's pitching or Cleveland's hitting?
I think it becomes more difficult when you think of everyone at their healthy, like with J-Ram and DeLauder and everybody in that lineup. And so, like, Cleveland's lineup was getting longer than we've seen in quite some time. And I've talked about that. I still think I trust the White Sox pitching more. And maybe that's a little bit of bias because I saw them pitch really well against the Twins when I called the games. But obviously, Davis Martin, the start that he's gotten to the year has been tremendous. A couple hiccups here and there, but for the most part, he's been good. I think Sean Burke is probably better than advertised. I like his stuff. They used an opener with him against the Yankees, and he pitched really well. Anthony Kay, I think, is a good lefty to have in there. And then there was another person I wanted to talk about who's had really good starts as of late. Maybe I'm forgetting who it is, but I think they have enough starting pitching. And so, like, just by a smidge, I'll go White Sox.
So they also have some young guys that could help them out. Noah Schultz has already been up. Then he went on the injured list. He's back making rehab starts. So I think we'll see him in the near future. They also have Hagen Smith and Tanner McDougal, who are two of their top pitching prospects. They're both a little banged up. So how soon we're going to see them? And let's remember their opening day starter, Shane Smith, who also, I believe, has been a little injured in the minor leagues. He was shipped out after 2 or 3 starts this year, and we haven't heard from him. So the question is, are they willing to go get at least an innings eater, a veteran that can kind of help guide them through the second half? I think they need that. I definitely think they need some bullpen help, too. I don't know if they want to be serious about winning and trying to go for something. I don't know if Sir Anthony Dominguez is the most consistent guy you want throwing the ninth inning. Even last night, he was basically a 1-to-1 ball to strike guy, and they had to remove him. As far as Cleveland goes, I know everybody, you get on me all the time. You don't have anything good to say. Without J-Ram and DeLauder and Angel Martinez, this is the worst lineup in Major League Baseball right now. Tonight, all 30 teams are going to participate. It's going to be the worst lineup in Major League Baseball. Here's how bad it was. Gabriel Arias went 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts, and they could not pinch hit for him because they had exhausted everybody. That included Khalil Watson, whom they brought off the bench as a pinch hitter in a clutch situation, even though he was 0 for 12 in his career. That's the pinch hitting move that Stephen Vogt now ended up working out.
You got a knock, right?
Got his first knock, drove in 2 runs, but then had some base running issue where our third base coach, McGuire, did not send him on a base hit with 2 outs, whether it's because Watson didn't get a good jump or forgot how many outs there were, or McGuire just didn't get a good I own it. Whatever. The right-handed lineup they trotted out against Anthony Kay last night was disgraceful. And this lineup, it's not good with J-Ram, DeLauder, and Martinez. Without them, it's horrible.
It's not bad when all those guys are in there. It's not a great lineup, but it's not a bad lineup.
Can I tell you the last strictly right-handed hitter this franchise developed?
Ooh, Sam Laporta.
Okay, well, Sam Laporta's the tight end for the Lions. You're thinking Matt Laporta.
Matt Laporta. He didn't
over
do
in
it.
the CC Sabathia trade, and unfortunately, he did not develop. Michael Brantley was the only one of that trade that came through. But you're in the right vicinity because they played together. Johnny Peralta.
Oh, really?
He was the last strictly right. Now, look, Jose Ramirez, switch hitter. Anybody that's a switch hitter does not count. I'm talking strictly right-handed hitter. They haven't had one. It's embarrassing.
I'm trying to think of a worse lineup in the big leagues right now.
There's not. I did it.
Yeah, I'm looking around. I don't know.
I would
Tigers
say
lineup can really stink sometimes, Chris.
no way. Not close. Not close. No way. With Dingler's going to make the All-Star team.
I like Dingler.
Dongle's going to make the All-Star team.
I mean, Chris, I'm just looking at the snapshot right here. 24th in runs, 24th in average, 28th in stolen base. Like they're pretty bad.
You're pretty bad, but I'm telling you right now, go compare the lineups tonight. It's not.
Oh,
close.
yeah, tonight. But we said if everyone's healthy.
Everyone's healthy. It's a slightly better lineup.
Okay.
Let us know what you think.
Know.
Please. Thank you. Today's episode of Baseball Today is sponsored by Gusto. Baseball Today means covering the game every single day. And behind the scenes, that means a team that needs to get paid, benefits that need managing, and HR questions that don't take off days. That's the part nobody talks about, and it's where Gusto comes in. Gusto is online payroll and benefits software built for small businesses. Get this, it's all in one, it's remote friendly, and incredibly easy to use. So you can pay, hire, onboard, and support your team from anywhere. If you hit a tough HR situation, Gusto gives you direct access to certified HR experts who can actually help. Unlimited payroll runs for one monthly price. There's no hidden fees. There's no surprises. And guess what? It all works in all 50 states. So try Gusto today at gusto.com/today. Get 3 months free when you run your first payroll. That is 3 months of free payroll. Gusto.com/today. One more time. That is gusto.com/today. Great Monday for the NL Central leading Brew Crew. Brandon Woodruff, he was back in business for the first time since late April, took a perfect game into the sixth. Then Tyler Stevenson broke it up, ended up going 6 shutout innings. Brewers a winner in extras in the Queen City. Here is his skipper.
Really, really happy for him and really happy for our team because what he means to the club and how he goes about his business. And, yeah, it's just he's special, man. You know, special outing. Went 6 innings, 1 base runner, and he built himself up.
How important is Brandon Woodruff to the success of this franchise moving forward?
I mean, they're pretty successful without him. I think it's another guy that can save the bullpen. This guy can go deep into games. He's going to pitch into the 6th inning, possibly into the 7th inning on some starts. It's just another weapon for them. They already have incredible starting pitching, but I do think you need guys that are going to save bullpens, and that's like I think that's very important to teams. So now, I mean, you're looking at a team with adding him. You have 3 kind of like quasi aces. I mean, a couple real aces, and I think Brandon Woodruff at times can be considered that. It's just the people talking about bringing in Skubal and all that. Like, I don't think they need that. Like, and Brandon Woodruff is a good example is why they don't. They have enough starting pitching. So I do think if he looks the way he looks, the real reason it helps him is now, like, I think the Brewers are going to take a swing this trade deadline. If he looks good and is healthy, which last night was an example of it, they can go focus on getting a bat, which is what they really need, like some pop, homer stuff. That's what they need. I think that's the difference with him in the rotation.
I don't think it's an overstatement to say he is the most important number 3 pitcher in the big leagues. And I only say he's number 3 because of his lack of availability over the years. Do you know that? Give me a guess how many innings he has thrown since the end of the 22 regular season.
So I mean, I've looked it up. He's gone back and forth. I mean, he's had some seasons where, I guess, what was it, 2021, he threw a bunch of innings. But then after that, it just hasn't been a lot, Chris.
Yeah, I'm saying since the end of 22. So that's 23, 24, 25, 3 full seasons, and now a half this year.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a guess. What do you think? It's 250, 300?
23, 24. 24, he did not start at all, right? So it's got close to 200, something like that, right?
161 innings.
Yeah.
161. There were more than 50 pitchers last year that logged at least that many innings in a season. So when he is out there, he's great. He's borderline great. Like bulldog, leader, get on my back. You heard the Pat Murphy, he almost was crying about it in his soundbite. Did you hear the tone of his voice? He knows how important Brandon Woodruff is to that organization. When he's there, when he's not making rehab starts, when he's not doing rehab on his shoulder or whatever it is, he is extremely important. Now, the question is, does Matt Arnold trust his availability enough to not have to pull the trigger, whether it's on a Skubal or on somebody else? Because they do have other deficiencies. We've talked about probably some help on the left side of their infield as far as pop goes, a right-handed stick that can help them come October, because that was their glaring deficiency in that 4-game sweep in the NLCS against the Dodgers. But at the same time, do we feel good enough? Because the rest of these guys they have in the rotation after Miz and after Harrison right now, Gasser, Sproat, Drowan, who's been good at times. It's like, do you feel good with somebody making a 3rd start in a playoff series if Woodruff's not available? And that's what he's got to measure right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm banking on him being available. If not, I still feel pretty good about the pitching because you're talking about those guys, Drowan, Chad Patrick, whatever it is. You get them 1.5 to 2 times through the lineup, you have a bullpen that can get the job done for you. So I I think their main focus has to be home run pop, which is not easy to find. It's not easy to find, but that should be their biggest goal this trade deadline.
Okay.
Like drive the ball out of the freaking ballpark pop.
I love watching Woodruff pitch. I've loved him ever since, like, remember when he hit the homer off of Kershaw in the playoffs? You remember that?
Yes.
Lefty on lefty. And I forget, was he a rookie that year? Was that 2017 or 2018?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was one of those.
Find them someone real quick. Hold on.
By the way, he hasn't made a playoff start since 2021.
If the Astros decide to swap out or trade Christian Walker, he's a really good fit for them.
Oh, wow. You're going in the first base territory.
I know they have their platoon they like, but I don't know. Like, this guy's got 18 homers already. He's kind of a proven track record.
Dude, Jake Bauers has had a phenomenal season.
Yeah, I mean, hasn't it been him and Vaughn kind of platooning there?
Yes, and Bauers has been incredible. Isn't his OPS in the 900s?
Yes, he's been great. He leads the team with 13 homers. But
let's see here.
I just think a veteran dude in the lineup means a lot. And he's done that.
860 OPS.
Christian Walker right now, 788, but he's got 18 homers.
Yeah, and defensively, by the way, he's a witch over there at first base.
Astros are in it, though.
Yeah, and they also just came out and said we're not trading anybody.
I know. I'm just trying to – it's hard to find people. You tell me. Hey, in the comments section, who should the Brewers go out and get?
We have to do a trade deadline special during the All-Star break, and I'm not so sure we're going to have enough guys to fill out our 32 picks. We'll have to see how we do.
Are we on the same flight? I think we are.
I don't know. You flying Saturday morning?
Yeah, early Saturday morning.
I'll see you there.
Okay.
You want to pick me up?
I think I might Uber. I don't know.
What?
Well, I'll pick you up on the way with an Uber.
We're going to have to.
We're going to be gone for a long time, Chris.
I know we are. Believe me. That starts the travel palooza for Rose. I'm thinking of printing tour T-shirts. Can't wait to tell everybody where I'm going. It's all over the place. All right, now it's time for our Blast of the Week. It's presented by Mountain Dew Baja Blast, where we're going to take a look at the 420-foot-plus home runs from this past week. Oh, we got some fun ones for you, including a repeat offender. Let's start with Jose Siri. Just sit there and look at it out in Sacramento for 444.
Of course it's in Sacramento. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. That
ball flying. Yeah, that was pretty. He leaned back.
Yeah. Troy, one of the top prospects in the Diamondbacks organization, going dead central for 444.
Dude, he's a little guy, a little speedster. Yeah. He went deep.
Yeah, that was big swing. Marcell Ozuna, crappy year for him. This one 447 in Sacktown.
Yeah, it could be the recipe for a lot of people struggling. Look at the bus waiting to go right there.
That's where they have to go catch it.
Dude, it's hilarious. Think about walking to the outfield after the game. It's so funny.
Or Katse got thrown out in the second inning. He had to walk all the way out there.
Just go sit in the stands.
Good call. Kyle Schwarber. He has been the home run talk of the town. 455. Woo.
Yeah, it's special. I cannot wait to hear them cheer for Kyle Schwarber in the home run derby. That's going to be like the loudest pop I've been seen at a home run derby was Julio in Seattle. Yes. I think this one's going to beat it.
I agree. And he's number one. This is not a replay. Well, because he came against the left-hander as well. 456. Man, he's going to get to 500.
I know. He's going to be an interesting Hall of Fame case, isn't he?
Sure is, because his score is going to be very.
You can't keep him out if he gets to 500.
I think based on what he's done in his playoff career, his numbers are fantastic. On top of what he means to teams, leadership-wise.
Dude, I saw someone put out a stat like. I forget who it was, but it was like a younger guy has already faced as many pitchers as Ted Williams did his entire career. And that's what I go to every time I talk about different generations and how you can point to stuff. I don't think stuff matters that much because you're training for that And like, you get used to it. That's why pitchers have to, the sinker was in, the high fastball was in, but they make adjustments on hitters because they get used to it. But the amount of pitchers guys have to see nowadays it's crazy. That's the hardest part.
So Schwarber's Warber, if you will, is 22. And I was just thinking to myself, because we were talking about sluggers the other day, well, what do you think Mark McGwire's WAR was? And Mac played a ton of first base, obviously, and was actually a decent first baseman. I think he won a Gold Glove at one point. His WAR is 62.
I mean, 62. He had big boy seasons. I haven't looked at his baseball reference in a while. Let's get it up.
Well, he's got 220 more homers than Schwarber right now. 220 more.
All right, let's look this up. Oh my gosh. I mean, 394 OBP in his career, 982 for his career, 583 homers. He hit 70, obviously, in 98, 65 the following year, which is just nuts. That year in, 98, obviously, little help. 470 OBP and you slug 782. That's a Babe Ruth year. I mean, it's
yeah.
Oh my God.
Were you watching religion? You were 12 in the summer of 98.
It was a big part of my baseball fandom. I think I've told this story before, but I was in Las Vegas for some reason. I'm not really sure why.
Probably playing attorney.
Yeah, I think maybe. I don't know. But there's that long there's a long stretch of highway that you go through if you drive. And I remember pulling up, like going next to a car, and they had a piece of paper, and I think it was number 68, and they had it 68 on it and showed it. Like people were listening to games, and like the entire country was captivated by it.
Yep, it was. It was. I remember Michelle and I went to a game. We were living in Atlanta, but visiting my parents in Cleveland. And we went to a Indians-Cardinals game, and the Indians just laid it on them early. And so now the rest of the game, we're all waiting. McGwire, go hit one. He hit one like just to the left of the scoreboard. Mashed it. Place went nuts.
People forget that that Ken Griffey Jr. was in that race as well. It was like Ken Griffey Jr., Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire. Then he kind of fell off a little bit at the end, but like there was a 3-horse race for a while.
Good stuff. Where was everybody during the 98 home run race? Answer. Let's go. Let's get some good stuff. And a quick reminder, by the way, for this baseball season, keep a close eye on the 420-foot-plus home runs that unlock your free Baja Blast. Go get it. All right, it was a day of many happy returns around the baseball world. You had Nolan Arenado. He was back in St. Louis, received a standing ovation, did get a knock. Cardinals ended up getting the win. Spent 5 years in St. Louis. I had to go back and look. I was like, how many years did he get in? 3? He played 5 years there. Had some decent seasons. In the meantime, welcome back to Anaheim, Taylor Ward.
2-1 to Taylor Ward. Ward swings, slugs the ball to deep center field. Jose Siri back. Welcome back, Taylor Ward. His first game as a visitor at Angel Stadium. His first 348 games here in Anaheim Angel Red. And tonight is an Oriole in orange and gray. He puts the Birds on top on the 4th pitch of the game.
They continued their nice swing through Southern California, took a series against the Dodgers, and now shooted down the 5 freeway and took the first of that series against the Halos. Now, Ward and Alonso were 2 of the big veteran pieces that they added in the offseason. But a few years ago, this young core was like the envy of every baseball fan out there. In your opinion, is there still a decent window for this franchise?
Oh, man. I mean, it's kind of a relative term there. I still think a lot of things have to go right. And some of the names have changed. So you're talking about the core. So that's Gunnar Henderson. That's Jackson Holiday, Colton Cowser, Kobe Mayo, like that core. Adley Rushman. That's the core, right?
Yep.
I just don't think that's the core anymore of this team. Right? Don't you think? Like, you brought in Taylor Ward. He's having a phenomenal season. Basayo is now part of the conversation. I don't think he's really considered part of that core. Pete Alonso comes over on a free agency deal. You know, you go trade for a couple pitchers. I think it's a different core now, and that's fine. Like, very few teams have like a core that leads them, you know, through multiple years. It just really doesn't happen that way. So I do think there's a chance for the Baltimore Orioles this year. Like, they've gotten some really, you know, Colton Cowser's really turning it around. He's playing really well. Obviously, Pete and Taylor, you talked about them. They've done well, and the pitching staff has been better than I think anyone could have imagined. Bradish, when his slider's on, can be absolutely filthy. Brandon Young has been phenomenal.
Great.
Even our guy Trevor Rogers, who on the year hasn't been great. Last 2 starts, check what he's done. He's got a track record. Shane Boz, I think the starting pitching is what's surprised me about this team. And then some of the bullpen, like our guy Rico Garcia doing it. But I think the core has changed. I do think there's a chance for this team, especially in the AL this year. So I guess I don't know how I'm going to answer your question. I don't think the core is there anymore necessarily.
I was on with a couple of Baltimore radio stations last week. They picked up our clip about Albernaz kind of defending the Padres. And so they were like, hey, do you want to come on? And so we talked a lot about the young core. And I wondered out loud if their little mini 2-year run was kind of the apex of what we'll see. I don't think we're going to see another 100-win season out of this team like they got a couple of years ago. But it's still there. I think one of the great mysteries is what's happened to Gunnar Henderson, right? We had him pegged as one of the top 5 players in baseball. There wasn't a guy that was playing shortstop with that kind of pop, that good run, that was that athletic. And now it feels like all he does is hit home runs. I mean, he's got an OPS barely over 700. So the power numbers are still there, but it feels like the rest of the game is off. I think one guy they really miss is Jordan Westberg. He's out the entire year. I thought he was kind of a solidifying, good at bat presence from the right side. Orioles fans, you can help me on that, but I always kind of dug him. Jackson Holiday, we have to remember, he was 1-1. 1-1. He doesn't even have a 700 OPS, or he's maybe right around there. He's got a sub 300 on base percentage. So does Gunnar. So does Kobe Mayo. Like, these were supposed to be the guys. You can't win games on a consistent basis if you have a sub 300 on base percentage.
Gunnar, I'm just a quick look at a Savant page because I always kind of look at bat speed is a pretty good indicator, I think, in today's day and age. He's struggled with fastballs this year. He's also, since 2024, which is his last really strong season, he's lost 2 miles an hour on his bat speed. So,
why does that happen at such a young age? What could be doing that?
It could be a mechanical issue. Could be him nursing something, not feeling completely healthy. But there's a reason guys go to try to increase their bat speed. It correlates big time with essentially having a better or more of a reaction time to decide on pitches. And it kind of lines up. His chase rate is up this year. Again, struggling against fastballs. So, I mean, that could be the most glaring issue that I see quickly.
I agree with you. You said something interesting that I wouldn't count them out this year at all. They're just a couple games out of the wild card chase. And in fact, I did a long sit down, 15 minutes with Pete Alonso. That's going to come out next week on Dugout Discussions. And I said, it's kind of been a miserable year for your team. Let's be honest. How do you explain this to Orioles fans? Why should they still have faith? And he gave a pretty good explanation, I thought. So you can judge for yourself. I still think they're in this thing. I don't trust any of the teams that are holding wild card spots for the most part at this point. I think you can make an argument for 6 or 7.
It's going to come down to it, Chris. At the end of the year, it's going to be who goes on the run in September.
Yeah. But in answer to the big question, unless a few of those names that we just talked about kind of take a step forward where you felt like they were going to, then no, this core won't do it. They will end up moving on from certain parts of it.
Yeah, like I said, only a few cores come together, and you say, okay, those guys are the ones leading the charge. A lot of times, it's one guy from this quote unquote core, and then a young guy comes up. It's who are the cores in baseball right now? I mean, I feel like I just had a team in my mind that has one.
A young core?
Yeah, okay, a core together. The guys have come up together. It's not as many teams as I think people realize. I think on the offensive side, you could talk about like the A's have one, right?
Yep. I like them.
They're a good example of that. I mean, there's a free agent core in San Diego that really hasn't come together there.
Yeah, that's not as fun. By the way, one note, Blaze Alexander left last night's game with a knee injury. He looked pretty bad in the dugout as he was limping around. Craig Albernez says he is, quote, okay, has a bruise above his knee, which caused it to lock up after he fouled the ball off his leg. So hopefully he's okay. He's actually played well.
The Red Sox had a core. That didn't work.
You're right about that. I can tell you that. Yeah. Nailed that one.
Oh, Braves. Braves have a great core.
Okay. Very good. Anybody else that we're missing? Let us know. Let us know. Hey, the second round of All-Star voting got released on Monday. Give me the name of a player who currently is not starting that you would stuff the ballot box for.
Well, Toronto's doing their thing. All of Canada doing their thing. They're stuffing the ballot box. I'll go Ben Rice. You could go Nick Kurtz or Ben Rice at the first base spot, but I think Ben Rice, because Judge has been out, and just how he's just been so consistent over the last couple of years, but he's really turning on this year. I mean, a 989 OPS, 171 OPS plus, and just a steadying force in that lineup. Again, when the best hitter in the game is out and you can step up and kind of fill the void, to me, that's what an all-star is all about.
Yeah, that's a great call. And by the way, you could coin flip he and Kurtz. You mentioned it. They're demons. And Kurtz, I noticed his WAR is almost twice as high as Ben Rice's. Leads the league in walks, but he also has just maybe 2 or 3 fewer homers and majestic. So
that's so interesting because OPS Plus has Ben Rice by 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Rice has more homers. I wonder what it is. What's the discrepancy in WAR?
I wonder if it is the walks. As I mentioned, Kurtz leads the league, and I think Kurtz does pretty well defensively. Not that you can make up substantial ground as a first baseman, because
989 OPS for Ben Rice, 995 for. They're so similar offensively.
Yeah, Rice does DH a lot.
Yeah, the DHing obviously hurts him, but I didn't know Kurtz was gaining ground at first base.
Yeah. All right. Well, whatever it is, you can't go wrong there. I'm going to go with James Wood. He has had a sensational season for the top scoring offense in baseball. He is the straw that stirs the drink. It's he and C.J. Abrams, who, by the way, does hold the shortstop lead, I believe, over Mookie Betts at this point. He's on pace. I'm talking about James Wood for a 40-homer, 30-steals season. Not bad. Leads the National League in walks. Now, he's 6th right now in the All-Star voting in the outfield. The only guys ahead of him, Andy Pages, who has been great for the Dodgers, Brandon Marsh, who's among the league leading hitters in the National League, and at home, that would be kind of a cool story. Acuna, he's not going to play in the All-Star game, so even though he's top 3 right now, I'm not worried about him. Michael Harris has been phenomenal. Teo, no, he's been hurt all year and hasn't been good. Juan Soto's making a little bit of a charge. We'll see him in that game, too. He's probably going to be.
Phillies fans have come out, too. They've been voting.
Yeah. And they have. They should. I get it. I'm just saying that James Wood is
I agree.
Awesome. He's awesome.
And Jordan Walker, too. He's behind James Wood.
Yes. He's another guy I could have argued for easily. But I'm saying because that offense has been top-notch all year, and he's the key cog, and he's the leadoff guy. Go check out his dugout discussions if you can get past the fact that it looks like he was doing it from a sauna because his phone was so shitty. We're like, yo, you're going to sign a $200+ million deal. Can we get a new phone? He's like, yeah, I don't know exactly what's happened here. I was like, I know what's happened. Getting too lazy. Go get yourself a new phone. You're like my kids. They'll just wear stuff out. And then they'll put it on my bill. Speaking of which, this episode is sponsored by T-Mobile. Whether you're on the go or at the ballpark, T-Mobile is built to keep you connected wherever the game takes you. With America's best network, you know your phone is going to work even in a crowded stadium. Now, anybody who's been to a big game knows the feeling. Your team hits a walk-off. Everybody's trying to text or post or send videos at exactly the same time. And suddenly, your phone will not load anything. or when you're trying to stream the game while you're on the move and the feed keeps buffering at the worst possible moments. I feel your pain, people. Those are the moments that matter to real baseball fans, and a drop signal shouldn't be the reason you miss any of them. T-Mobile's network, it is built specifically to handle all of it. Talking about packed stadiums and big moments, no problem. Find out how baseball hits different with T-Mobile at T-Mobile.com/MLB. It's the fastest based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data of national speed score results for 2H 2025. The best based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data 2H 2025. All right, before we get out of here, Yankees lose their season opener, or series opener, I should say, on the road in Motown. Jazz Chisholm spotted with a blow pop sucker while on the field at second base. Is this a big deal, or are people just making it a big deal because there's Jazz again?
I don't think it's a big deal, Chris, but I don't know. It's just, it seems like it's a cry for attention, and maybe it's not. Maybe I'm misreading this completely, because people have pointed out guys have seeds, guys chew gum, guys used to have tobacco a lot. They have Zins probably now. So what's the difference? It's just, there just is a difference. I don't know what else to tell you. And people are, it's just a kid's game. Let the kids play. It's not a kid's game. It's not. This is an adult game where people's livelihoods are at stake. And I don't know. I mean, I don't care that much about it, but it definitely sends the wrong message. Come here, girl.
Oh,
Like, this girl could have a lollipop whenever she wants.
Hi, Isla. Hi, Isla. How are you?
Good.
Good. Are we off to camp today?
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do at camp?
Cook.
What are we making? I love to eat.
I don't know.
Oh, can you make me something good? I love sweets, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Say bye.
Bye.
Have her stick her head in here. She's cut off half the screen. Have her move to her
Come
left.
on.
Oh, come on. I want to see her. Oh, yes. Gosh, she is so cute. Are you kidding me?
She's the best. Okay, get out of here. Bye. Love you.
Bye, Isla. If that doesn't make your day right there.
She just barges in here, no regard, door shut.
To go give her daddy a hug and a kiss before going to camp?
I know. I already said bye to her before I did the show. Back to Jazz.
Oh,
I'm curious to see what you think. I feel like I'm becoming the old ornery guy in this episode. You're supposed to be that.
Can I tell you the first thing I thought of when I saw this? I was worried for him. I'm a protective dad, and I hated suckers when my kids were little because I thought they'd choke on them. So all I could imagine was him having to try to make like a backhand play or a diving play, and that thing getting jammed in his windpipe. That's the first thing that I wasn't like, oh, dude, what are you doing? You disrespecting the game. I was like, is Jazz going to be okay if he makes a diving play?
Yeah, I mean, I thought about that too. There's no doubt about it. I don't know, man. Again, I feel like I'm just turning into this old guy. Like, and here, maybe I'm wrong about this too, especially on the Yankees. Like, the Yankees used to be the most buttoned up organization, dude. And now it is not that way. It's completely changed.
We got beards. We got blow pops on the field.
Whew.
As Michael K pointed out on the broadcast, the first thing I thought of was there was a guy named UL Washington who was a shortstop for the Kansas City Royals on their 1980 World Series team. And he was so cool because he played with a toothpick in his mouth. And you were like, oh. Dusty Baker used to do that too. He had a toothpick all the time. But UL played shortstop with a toothpick. And so here he is picking stuff at short with a toothpick in his mouth. And you're like, man, that is awesome. I bet you there were little fingers.
Since I know the social team is going to freaking pick this up, make sure you include this part right here. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It looks strange. Would I do it? Absolutely not. But I don't think it's that big of a deal.
If that happened on your team, would you
have
have
said something? Would have said something. Yes. 1,000% yes.
What would you have said?
Take the lollipop out of your mouth, dude. What do you do? We're trying to win a baseball game right now.
And he would have said, you think this is preventing us from, you think this is making Garrett Cole give up gopher balls?
It's not. It's not. That's Garrett Cole all by himself.
Maybe he should play an individual sport.
Did you give an opinion on this?
I worried about the health of it. I thought it looked weird only because we don't see it. And for me, it was a health thing. That's really what I was worried about. Not that I was like, God, he looks douchey.
This too, like,
oh God, now you're worried about CC
Just
Sabathia
look-
used to wear
this
his
is
hat
not your
like
dad's Yankees.
Listen, dude, CC Sabathia used to wear his hat like this.
I don't
He
care
is
if it's
freaking
crooked.
Cooperstown.
Crooked's different than like.
Okay, did you not? You faced Fernando Rodney.
Of course, he
Were you
did
trying
that. He did that for his dad. There was a reason for that. Everyone knows that.
But did you know it at the time?
Yes, everyone knew it.
You knew it? Okay.
Yeah.
So you weren't trying to hit the hat.
Dad, do your thing, dude. Who cares what I have to say? Dan Rourke, can you get on the mic and say what you think as a Yankee?
No,
fan?
he can't. We did. All right, let's read Dan's thoughts in our chat. You ready? The star of Yankees Ave on John Boy Media. Should I read this to myself first? Because I don't
know. You read the whole thing.
He might as well play butt naked. Then that doesn't affect Cole giving up homers either. Maybe don't wear a hat either. Oh, God, Dan.
Hey, I'll tell you this. I was just in Arizona. There's no regard for like uniformity, if you will. Like these guys are wearing, there's white belts, there's pink belts, there's glitter belts. Like
So what?
The colors are everywhere.
Does that really bother you?
It doesn't bother me, Chris, but at what point does it become a uniform anymore?
Well, in the NFL, you know that they do have uniform police.
I do know that. That used to be part of the rules where you had those two primary colors on your cleats. Actually, a majority of them had to be black and white, and then you could have your primary color on it. That's what the rule used to be. Now it's a free for all, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying it's changed a lot. That's all.
I think the cleat thing is great. I think
I do too.
We can get kids if they go, oh my God, did you see the cleats that Josh Naylor was wearing on Father's Day, for example? Not that you'd ever be able to afford those, but I thought it was cool to see, you know.
The highlighter stuff I got to get rid of. That's just a taste thing for me. That's not like, hey, like I don't like it because I'm an old guy. I just think it doesn't look good. But
well, we have spent way too much time on this, but people can leave their thoughts.
This is going to be the most talked about thing on our show.
It's probably going to be one of the most talked about things in baseball. A, because you don't see it very often. B, because it's involving the New York Yankees. And C, it's involving Jazz.
What do you think went through his mind when he had the lollipop?
I think he thought, I do think he said, I'm making a little bit of a statement. I don't think it was just like, hey, I'd like a blow pop right now.
You think that was premeditated where he was like, I'm going to go out there and I know people are going to talk about this.
I do. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I do think that that's part of it. Dan keeps throwing stuff in the chat. He's hitting 176 with runners in scoring position. Hey, maybe this is the season changer. It's the let's see from here on in. Mark the tape.
God, is he going to get like a lollipop endorsement or something? Right. Oh man.
Yeah.
All he has to say, this is what Jazz should say. You know, this is my new brand of lollipops. It's a neuro lollipop. It helps me stay focused. Boom, branding idea. You have a whole new company, Jazz. You're welcome. I'll take 5% of it.
By the way, I am just going to let you know that the gum inside of the blow pop stinks because after about 37 seconds when you chew it, you're spitting it out anyway. God. It's crappy. Bad product. There goes my endorsement. All right. Enjoy your full slate of baseball. We can't wait to talk about it tomorrow for our one-of-a-kind producer, King Blow Pop, Dan Rourke. That is the uber-talented Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose. We will see you Wednesday here on Baseball Today, presented to you by T-Mobile.